Hi, my name's Helen. This is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, thank you. And if you're a Hellsbell, hello. So today is an at home with Helen, really. I just thought I'd come on, have a chat, show you some things that I have bought that I'm loving or I'm about to try. And then I'm going to be making a courgette cake. Rob's been growing courgettes and runner beans in the garden. And you know, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because to tell you the absolute truth, when he comes in from the garden with all these vegetables, fabulous though that is, it's kind of more work for me. And you know, there's only two of us, so I mean, freezing all these runner beans. Gave some to the neighbours, you know, but anyway, I thought, oh, I'll make a courgette cake. I mean, not that it uses a lot. I think I'm making double the recipe and it still only takes 12 ounces of courgette, which is probably just 2 courgettes. But anyway, you know, shows willing, doesn't it? His little face looked so hurt when I said, Rob, like, how many more are you going to bring in? But apparently you can grate it and freeze it. I'm not sure how well that would work really, but anyway, I mean, I've been using it in recipes, I've been using it in salads, both actually, and yeah, both runner beans and courgettes, but you know, it's anyway, I'll leave it there because you'll all jump into his defense as usual, I know, but you know, on the other side of the coin, I do work quite hard and I have to add that to my list of jobs because Rob can't cook at all. And yeah, I get blamed for that as well. It's like, well, you know, you should have let him cook more. Well, I was a stay-at-home wife for a long time. I've always done jobs of some description, but you know, I did all the cooking. And that's just the way it is, and so he hasn't got a clue. I mean, he just doesn't have a clue. And I've tried to encourage him, but you know, it's just not his thing. So, you know, that expression, you can lead a horse to water. Now, before I go any further, I just wanted to let you know, because the Petite Studio, do you remember I did that haul with the Petite Studio, New York? Very, very successful haul. I got lots of lovely comments on it. And beautiful clothes, and they've got a sale on between the 7th and the 17th of August. What we're on today, the 11th, so we've still got time. There's huge discounts up to 60%, and then you get extra savings the more you spend. So it says $200, so whatever that is equivalent, another 10%, and $300 another 15%, $400 an extra 20%. There's no codes or anything else. It's just automatically applied at the checkout. So you might want to have a look on their site, because I know a lot of you were very impressed with their clothes. So I wanted to get that in quickly before the dates are over. I wanted to show you these. You know, the thing with insect bites. I mean, I've done quite well so far. I have been using repellent though if we've been sitting outside. But I found these on Amazon, and Hashi got a nasty bite on her ankle, and this did do the trick for her. So there's these little insect bite relief patches. You get, how many did you get in here? 36. And you can see we've used 2 of them. See them? When they're on the skin, you can't really see them. Because the other thing with mosquito bites is they're very, very ugly, aren't they? Especially if they get nasty, you know. You might have a nice kind of bare leg, and then it's got this great big wheel on it of a bite. So when you pop that on the skin, it relieves the bite. Hashi said it did work for her. And unfortunately, I mean, it did last about 2 days, 2 or 3 days, but you know, it was on an awkward part of her ankle, and she had been swimming in the sea and everything, so it came off. So she said, Nana, can I have another one? I should give it another sheet really, shouldn't I? But she'll pop in if she wants another one. They only live up the road. So those I have been impressed with. Oh, sorry, that's a sticker off a card. You know when you're writing a card for somebody and you suddenly realise you've got the price on there. So, oh, what I will do now, this is a bit bonkers, I will insert here the little video of Rob and I, we went to our friend's 70th, joint 70th birthday party, and it was a Western theme. And, you know, I've talked about it a lot. So, oh, and also we went to the Country Road Festival. So I'll put both of those little clips in here so that you can see what we wore to each of those. And so that's that. Then the clip. So as you know, Rob and I are going to our friend's joint 70th birthday party this evening, and it's country and western kind of cowboy inspired, and they often go to kind of group meetups, festivals and things with that whole look. So they're all right, they've already got their outfits. I searched high and low and I ended up with this dress. It's the same as the green dress that I got in Primark. I took the green back because I wasn't convinced, and I saw this black one, and then I saw this belt, and it was just a no-brainer really. The earrings are from Accessorised, 70% off in the sale. The dress was 18, I think the belt was 8. Rob's shirt was from the next clearance, 18 from 38 or something, and I think the vest was £2 in Primark. And he's just wearing his Levi's and his kind of chunky boots. I'm wearing black suede knee-high boots because when I put my ankle boots on with the bare leg, that looked all wrong. I needed a black tight of some description stocking, and it's too warm to wear that. So yeah, so we'll go back and give you the full view. Hopefully there's loads of stuff in the hall where we got stuff waiting for the children. So this is us, really comfortable actually, so that's handy. And I've got a shawl because when the sun goes down it does get really cold. Do you need anything warm?
I'll take a jump on.
Okay, so that's us. Thought it only fair to tell you what we actually wore because I've been going through the motions. I kind of wanted my hair in a kind of a bit of a messy updo. I don't know. I've taken an elastic band with me to put on in case it all goes wrong, but we're off out now. Back after the clip. I got this on Amazon, and you know, a lot of people have asked me about steaming clothes, and I must admit, one of the things I'm always quite anxious about is when I've got it up against, I often do it from the mirror upstairs, and I'm thinking, oh God, you know, this heat, I hope I don't crack the mirror or start the wallpaper peeling off. And I got this from Amazon, Brabantia, and obviously that means that you can actually put your dress or your shirt or whatever over this. It's firm, but it's padded, and it's like I can feel that it's not solid under there, so it won't get sopping wet, you know. It's the steam is going to dissipate through that. It's a decent length. I mean, it's down to my knee. So it's got 3 of these big panels, then this little one, but I think that's great. And it folds up small, so it's not kind of a massive inconvenience to have that tucked, you know, under your bed or whatever, if you want to keep your steamer upstairs for those little quick kind of, you know, sprucing something up. So I thought I'd share that with you. Now this I haven't actually tried. I've been influenced. I'm influenced just as much as you guys are. And you may well have seen this. You're Looking Well. I got this advertisement and I haven't tried it yet, so I can't say whether it was any good or not. But you get a day pill, a night pill, a day cream and a night cream. Very nicely presented, and they were doing I think it was a £10 introductory offer, so I thought, well, for £10 it's worth a go. And do you know what, I'm going to take the morning one now. Oh gosh, they're big. That's a big old capsule, isn't it? I have got a glass of water here, so I'll do this live on camera and hope I don't choke to death. That's easy. I don't struggle taking pills. But yeah, cute. So we'll see. They're supposed to give you energy, and these are supposed to help you sleep. It's a food supplement. Can't take them if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, have a medical condition, or taking any other prescribed medication. Well, none of that applies to me. Anyway, so I'll give that a go. Let's see what this cream is like. It's very... It's got very light scent to it, nothing major. These fiddly little lids, aren't they? Microbiome, complex hydration, protection. Anyway, we'll see. I'll feedback. See if I suddenly start running around like a maniac, you'll know that I suddenly got a load of energy from somewhere. Nice box. I thought, you know, that's a handy little, I'm gonna, you know, typical. I'm gonna put this aside as a gift box because it's completely plain on the back. And then it's just got You're Looking Well on the front. And I thought, you know, if you wanted to give a friend a little handbag mirror or something, that'd make a good little gift box, wouldn't it? Because there's no other writing on it, so just You're Looking Well. Not helped by getting cream on it, but anyway. And then this is just a bit of fun, really. For me, not for you. I don't know. YouTube, they do kind of like some giveaways now and again for creators, as we're called. And I was lucky enough to nab one of these. So I'm gonna cricket my channel name here, and these are actually useful. I've got one that isn't as fancy as this, but if I'm doing a video where I've had to like use two cameras and things, these actually do work, believe it or not. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day when I was using a clapperboard, but hey, there we are. Life's full of surprises, isn't it? And you get the little dry marker pen too. So that came today, so I was quite pleased to get that. I know it's silly, but you know, little things and all that. So I will stop the camera. I'll set up to make the courgette cake, and we can have a little chat too while I'm doing that. I've got 3 family members, Rob's family, well, obviously they're my family too because I'm married to Rob, arriving on Thursday. So I'm going to make this cake and I'm going to freeze this cake. They have got very, very healthy appetites, and last time they came, this is the 3rd year running that they've come actually, the 2 men, they're both widowed sadly, and the first time I made a normal sized loaf cake and they came in, they had a cup of tea and the whole loaf cake was eaten in that time. So I'm making a double sized one today. Well, I think I am. I'm going to check that my big tin fits in the air fryer, and if not, I'll make it in 2 smaller tins. So I'll stop the camera there. I'll get set up for the cooking, and yeah, we'll go from there. Lots of exciting things in the pipeline. Well, I think they're exciting. I hope so anyway. And yeah, I've got something to tell you as well. So here we are. I've just realised it looks like I've dressed for the courgettes. Honestly, that was just a coincidence. So I am using my Magimix here. Well, it's a Cuisinart actually. Grater to do the courgettes, and then I'll just make the cake in here afterwards. So I will change the camera around because I know I do get told off when I don't do that. So just make it sure it's on properly. Help if I switched on at the plug. That's on. Right, so let's see, I will just angle this down. So now you will see the cake making and not me, which is probably your preference. So let's pop the courgettes in here. That won't take 2 seconds, will it? Well, it will if they don't fit, of course. Let's see. Let's see. I'll just play it by ear. Well, that wasn't very clever, was it? Because it got stuck. So I'm going to cut that in half. You know, it's not the end of the world, is it? I'll just do it in 2 lots. There, that didn't take long. Bit of skin left over, but I'm sure that won't make any difference. That was 12 ounces of courgette. So now I will take that out of there, put it into a bowl, like so. I have never ever made courgette cake before. So, as they say, there's a first time for everything. I'm not going to wash this up, obviously, because the courgette will be going back in a minute. This is actually an oil-based recipe rather than, you know, I'm not using baking fat, I'm just using oil for this one. So I'll pop the blade back in. And then it's really very simple. It's just a case of combining the ingredients. So first of all, I am going to combine the, I'll just double check that I'm getting this right. So everything will be in the description box down below. So you've got the oil, the sugar and the eggs first of all. So I didn't have light brown sugar, so I've used dark brown sugar. I'm sure it won't matter. Might give it a bit of a stronger flavour, but then equally it's got cinnamon in, so that's quite a strong flavour in itself, isn't it? So we've got the sugar, the oil and the eggs. Four eggs. I'm doubling the recipe to the one that will be below will be for just a normal £2 loaf tin, but I've got this double size one. So let's just quickly blitz those together. I mean, doing it in here is as quick as it is possible to do. Then we've got the flour, plain flour. I only use plain flour now. I mean, that's a relatively recent thing. I always use self-raising flour until I saw a chef say that the raising agent has gone so quickly, you might as well just use plain flour. And then I've got 3 teaspoons. It's 2 teaspoons for a £2 loaf tin, but I didn't want to kind of end up with that flavour in there. A teaspoon, half a teaspoon of salt and 3 teaspoons of cinnamon going in there. Blitz those together. That's nice. I actually like it being that darker colour. And then I'm going to add the courgettes. Now I really will just be giving this a quick kind of pulse because I don't want to kind of chop the courgettes up, if you know what I mean, whilst I'm tipping them all over the wok. So I'm literally going to just pulse this to combine the ingredients. pulsing those until they're more or less mixed. I'll just give it another little. And for the rest of it now, I will just push that in. And then you don't have to do this, but it was an optional extra. And I like fruit and nut in anything, so I am going to add. This is just probably 1.5 handfuls. It said raisins and walnuts, and I've got this nut mix, you know, fruit and nut mix for snacking on, and I'm snacking on it too much. So again, I'm just going to pulse that, because I really don't want to chop those up, so I don't want them really to get to the bottom. And then they'll be dispersed through as I tip it into the cake tin. So I will put the camera down, up in here. I've lined this tin, as you can see, very roughly, but it's not competition. It's really like a batter. Do. It's supposed to be a very moist cake, so we will see. And then this is an optional extra, but I'll always go with an optional extra where I can. And that's just to sprinkle some demerara sugar over the top to give it like a crunchy topping. And then that goes in for 45 to 50 minutes. That camera's a bit squiffy, isn't it? I'm not making you feel seasick. I'm going to do it in the air fryer because it fits in my chef-free twin fryer. Not chef-free, oh gosh, wrong name. Coarsely twin fryer, and I'm going to put that on for 50 minutes and then see, and I'll put a skewer in. I'm just going to do it on air fry. I don't bother with the other settings at all. I just don't. It works fine. There we go. So I've put that on 180 for 45 minutes, and I'll check it, and if it needs a bit longer I'll give it a bit longer, and if it doesn't I'll take it out to cool down and hopefully be able to show it to you when it's all cooked and hopefully delicious. I'm going to wrap it and freeze it because otherwise it won't last until Thursday. And then I don't think I've told you this, have I? I don't think I have. Rob and I are taking the children, Billy and Hattie, not the two little ones, they're too small. Gosh, I wouldn't have responsibility for them on a cruise ship. So Rob and I are taking Billy and Hattie on a long weekend Disney cruise in a couple of weeks, and the kids are so excited. I don't know if I've told you before, but anyway, it's looming up nearer and nearer, and we're kind of prepping for that too. So I will include you in some of the preparations for that, what I'm taking, what the children are taking, and so on and so forth. Anyway, it should be brilliant, and you know, it is a lot of money, but I'm just so glad, because Billy has suddenly got very, very grown up, and I think if we'd have waited another year, he'd have been like, not really, Nana. So funny, isn't it, how things work out? It's very good timing for the children. So yeah, so that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So it's a lot going on at the moment. But you know, that's better than sitting bored, isn't it? I think. Anyway, I will show you the cake when I'm done. And yeah, that's it for now. So enjoy your day, or I hope you've enjoyed your day, and I'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.